Hello my creative peeps, and welcome back to my channel for another video. So today I thought we would do something a little different. I'm going to do some swatches while I answer your questions. I'm going to speed up the swatches because that would be a little boring. I wouldn't get very many done while answering your questions, so I'll answer your questions in a voiceover. But I have this insert that I started quite a while ago with swatches of things that I own. Now, I don't own all of these things anymore, and the paper just wasn't working for all of my media, and I just wasn't happy with it. So I did have this book here in my D stash because I didn't know what to do with it, and when I was putting my lots together the other day, so I pulled this out. Now normally I try not to pull things out that I've already destined to be given away. I try not to dip back into it, but when I was looking at it again, I realized this would be perfect for a new swatch book because it's one of those handwriting ones. So it means that it has these lines. So my swatch lines are basically already laid out for me. I just have to make sure I swatch in between the line and leave these blank. It allows a perfect amount of space. And I know that Diane's Dilutions paper is super good. Nothing's going to bleed through and I won't have that problem. So obviously this is going to be a monumentous project. So it'll have to be done in several segments and such, but I think I'm going to just start with my mermaid markers. So we're going to swatch and I'm going to do a voiceover and I'll answer your questions. So real quick, I'm just going to talk about what I did so you guys aren't like lost if you're just watching while you listen. So basically what I did, my goodness, what I did was I wrote mermaid markers at the top, and then I kind of sorted all of my markers into the different color families and then swatched them out accordingly because I wanted them to look nice when they were laid out. In this video, I also did my Row Brush pens from Arteza and a Ecoline brush pens that I haven't used much since I got them for Christmas like 2 years ago. So hopefully that'll make me use them more. But yeah, just want to put that in there so you guys knew what I was doing. And if you see any pauses between like breaks and stuff, it's just because I'm sorting colors. So anyway, we're at question 35. Can you believe it? This is crazy. So question 35 is, how's the hustle life going? And I really want to get a little bit real with you guys and talk about being a business owner and hustling online for a living in general. So I'm going to leave that question until the end. So if that's something you're interested in, stay until the end. But yeah, I'm going to get a little serious with that one. So question 36 is, have you adjusted to living by yourself? I'd say yeah. I have no problem living by myself. I actually love living by myself. I lived by myself while I was in college. I was in a dorm for my freshman year because you had to be, and then I had my own apartment for the last 3 years, and I had a couple different roommates throughout then. So it's not really any different than that, except for there's a lot less partying going on. But yeah, I've adjusted fine. It's nothing new. So, question 37, do you look back through your old journals and do you ever compare yourself to yourself? I don't look back through my old journals very often. I would say maybe a couple times a year I'll pull some out and flick through them. And after I got this question and wrote it down, obviously this was several weeks ago, I actually went through some of my old journals and flipped through them from like 2017. And I actually compared myself a lot. I was kind of like surprised at my style, I felt like my style got less fun, like it got less colorful and adventurous, and I'd kind of gotten stuck in this rut during my development of burnout where I was just putting a photo on a page and like not really doing anything like with color or experimenting or anything like that. So I've really tried to incorporate that back into my journal though so far this year. And if you missed it, I will leave linked the video that I put up last week, which was me showing you all the pages I completed in January in my current journal. So I think hopefully in that video you can see that I'm trying to bring back some of that fun style. But yeah, thank you. I don't know who asked me that question because I don't write down names, but whoever asked me that question, thank you for asking me because that sparked that. Question 38, are you planning on going back to graduate school, and what area of study would it be? Someone also asked what my degree is in. So I have a degree, I have a bachelor's degree in psychology. I did a concentration of both therapy and research, so I could really go either way with it if I choose to go to grad school. The plan all along was to go to grad school, and then I started doing this, and my senior year I really had like an identity crisis with the degree, not with the degree that I chose, but with the way that just like the whole thing works, and sometimes I'm not quite sure that a like position, a normal position like a therapy position or something like that, that's really not for me, I don't think. So at this point I would love to get more education in something. Like I would love to go to grad school at some point. It's still on my like bucket to-do list, but at this point I don't know, one, when I'm going, and two, what I'm going to study. I would love to actually get another, like an additional bachelor's degree or maybe associate's degree. I would love to do some kind of nutritionist training, like something like that. They do have programs where you can be kind of a nutritionist with a psychological standpoint, so you kind of help people with that. I've always been interested in like eating disorder treatments and stuff, so I might go that direction with it. And there's a bunch of other things I'm interested in, honestly. I mean, I could go for business, I could go for art therapy, I could go for personal training, there's so many things I could go for. So yeah, that's a long answer, but basically my degree is in psychology. I have no immediate plans to go back to graduate school. There's a truck going by. It's a big truck. What is that? Sorry, distracted. I have to go out the window and look. That's a tractor trailer. Okay. I was like, that's a lot bigger than we usually. This is my entertainment throughout the day, guessing what truck drove by my house. So anyway, no immediate plans. Definitely is still on the bucket list. Not set on what I would go for. Next question, question 39. What is your favorite item to receive in Happy Mail? Like, what do you hope is in there? I thought this question was super interesting. I never like sit down with a piece of mail that someone has sent me and go, oh my gosh, I hope this thing is in there. Because that's not really the joy of getting mail. The joy of getting mail is, oh my God, somebody sent me something. This is so cool. And I like seeing each individual person's style and what they chose to send me and stuff like that. It's not about the things that they send me. It's just the idea of the mail, I guess. That's my favorite part. Now, I do have, obviously, favorite items that people have sent me, but I'm not really going to talk about them because I don't want people to feel like they have to send me those things in mail. I will say, though, if you want to send me mail and you want me to enjoy it, I am a sucker for stickers. You send me anything that's a sticker and I'll be the happiest person in the world. I know I'm not the only one. But yeah, I guess that would be my favorite thing. Or my most used item, I guess. The thing I use the most out of Happy Mail would be stickers. Question 40, when are you going to do your next live? This was after my Patreon live. For those of you that don't know, if you're in my $15 tier on Patreon, I do a live once a month over there, like a live stream. And my next live stream is on the 23rd of February, so if you wanted to sign up, there's still time. But in terms of a live on YouTube, I don't think I've ever done one. I did one on Instagram a couple times. So I do want to try to do one on YouTube, but I'm not sure. I don't think that'll be a project for this month. It might be a project for March. So let me know your thoughts on that. And the last question, question 41, is who made your pen pal journal? And lovely, she's my pen pal. She's part of my Patreon. I'm on her Patreon. Her name is Jillian. I can't specifically remember her Instagram name. I know it has Owl in it. I will leave her Instagram and her Patreon linked below if you would like to check her out. Yeah, she can tell you how she made it and stuff like that, but that is who made my pen pal journal that I'm currently using. Okay, time to get a little real and answer the last question. So if you're not into wanting to know about hustle life, you can end now, and I thank you for watching. But otherwise, so just to talk about the hustle life in general, this is my personal experience. All these opinions are my own. Everybody's journey is going to be different. Everybody's circumstances are different, so on and so forth. So I would say that overall my hustle life is going well. I would not stop doing it. I don't want to stop doing it. Just to talk about what I'm talking about when I say my hustle life, I consider all of my online business my hustle. So YouTube, Etsy, Patreon, Instagram, Skillshare, anything that I do online in terms of art is my hustle life. Now, for those of you who don't know, I am also self-employed as a house cleaner, so technically that is my other hustle. But that it's just a totally different ballgame and a different set of rules. So that's not what I'm mainly going to be talking about. But basically, this is my hustle life right now. I work a full-time job on the internet. I put in full-time hours creating content and products and posting and editing and doing admin things and all that stuff. And like I said, I love it. I appreciate it. I wouldn't change it for the world. I'm going to continue growing my business. And my business has had a steady incline ever since I started it, which makes me really excited. So I'm not quitting. But if you want to know the real nitty-gritty of it, I work full-time hours for less than part-time pay, usually. Now, since I have opened my Patreon and so many of you are supporting me over there, and I cannot express my gratitude enough for that, I obviously have increased my income a little bit, so I still make less than $1,000 a month working full-time on the internet. And that is a mixture of all of my income streams. That is Etsy and Patreon and YouTube advertisement. And if you buy anything through the links, the Amazon links that I put in my description box, then I get a tiny percentage of that. So that's in there. So yeah, I make less than $1,000 a month working a full-time hours. Because of that, working full-time hours, obviously, I also have my other business, which is cleaning, which is slower in the winter because part of my cleaning job is working for a hotel, and the hotel is a beach hotel, so it's seasonal. So right now, I'm not working at the hotel until April. So obviously that is a substantial amount of my income that I don't have during the winter. And then I have about 3 clients set during the week that I do work for. I clean their houses. So, yeah, it goes great. But since I've moved out, I have lived mostly on my savings. Not mostly, but I have dwindled them down quite a bit. So am I happy doing this? Absolutely. Would I stop doing this? No. But if you're thinking about starting your own hustle, do not quit your day job right away. Some people get huge overnight and they're making tons of money right off the bat, and I think that's fantastic. But most of the time it is a slow increase, and when we say it is hustle, we are not kidding. It may look easy being a online content creator of any kind. I don't care what business you're in, whether it's creative or not. Being an online influencer, as the buzzword is no joke. It is hard work. And you gotta hustle your butt off. But at the end of the day, if it's something you love, then there's no reason not to give it a try. That being said, I am, along with this, obviously, how's the hustle life going? Part of the hustle life is burnout. And the reason I'm tackling so many of my big projects so early in the year is because I know once the hotel starts back up, I will not have the time to be working on any serious projects. I'll have all I can do to keep up with my posting schedule, and hopefully get a couple journals out here and there, and that'll be about all I can handle. That really burnt me out last year, and while I'm doing better and I'm trying to be better about balance, I do quite often flirt with the burnout line. So yeah, just be careful. I'm working on it. So overall, hustle life, going good. We're going up. Nothing can stop me at this point. But I just wanted to share with you guys the reality of it. I hope that wasn't too much of a downer talk, but I feel like sometimes even myself, I forget when I see others like on Instagram and YouTube and stuff, I forget, even though I already know how much work goes into all that, and I do compare myself to others, and I'm sure that those of you who don't have a side hustle, because I was there once, it looked super glamorous, and I was like, oh yeah, I'm just going to make a couple YouTube videos and be like a millionaire, and like, it'll all be good. And I get to work doing stuff I love, but there's a ton more to it than that. So that's my Debbie Downer for the day. Thank you guys so much for watching. This is the final installment of the Q&A for now. There'll probably be another one, of course, but not until probably towards the end of the year, since we did do 3 parts. If you missed the other 2 parts, you can find them. I will leave them in cards linked so you can check those out. The giveaway for my class will be announced in next Saturday's video, so keep an eye out for that. Thank you everyone for your support, whether you're just watching on YouTube or you buy things through my links or you're part of my Patreon. Every little bit of support helps. So I just want to know that I'm appreciative to every single one of you, despite your level of support. It all means the world to me. So now that I'm losing my voice, I'm going to get ready to go to my clients and clean the house, but first more coffee. So I'll catch you guys in my next video. Take care, guys. Bye.